I married a black woman. Walter T. Williams said there's only one case he agreed with in terms of segregation. And people were like, well, what is that? Because you've been free thinking. You're over here writing conservatives. And he says, that's when it comes to marriage. You should marry a black woman. Because who's going to understand me like a black woman? Who gonna understand my pain, my strife, my struggle? Who's going to understand culturally how important it is for my black children to be proud to be black? Even when she didn't birth these children, she's still their mother. Nobody's going to do that like a black woman. Yeah. Nobody's going to. And that's not putting down other people, but that's say before you criticize me now. Yeah. I'm going to look at your life decisions, nigga. Yeah. And if you know what I'm saying, and if your life decisions didn't bring you to a black woman, then nigga, a lot of the shit you say might not be a credit to me. So I got a critic, I got a critic. Yeah, I know.
For a while now, some black men have said how they prefer to date white women or foreign women or Hispanic women or whatever, which is cool. For all I care, you can prefer to date polka dot women. As a man, my only request is that you leave black sisters out of your ignorance. Whatever stereotypes about how they look, how they act, or whatever, man, keep that bullshit to yourself. Your views on black women aren't valid because of experiences you've had with one or two that maybe broke your heart or bruised your ego. And chances are, if you're coming from that place of self-hatred, you brought the worst out of them anyway. Or maybe, bro, you just don't know how to choose them. I think it's funny how we'll blame women for choosing men that ain't shit, but as soon as you get a woman that does you dirty, all black women are the problem. Now, unfortunately for you, it's not against the law to be stupid, so you have every right to miss out on damn good women because of some misguided preconception of them. But here's a thought. The very same black women that you slander includes the women who held it down while you struggled to get a job in a society that doesn't want to hire you, or that led marches for you when police killed you while you was unarmed. More importantly,
stop hoeing around all through your 20s. Stop hoeing around all through your 30s. You give your 20s to the street Negroes. You give your 30s to the pretty boys. They use you up, dog you out. Now you're in your 40s and nobody's jumping to marry your ass. And so now you're saying it ain't no good black men. No. There's plenty of good black men. The problem is you gave your best years to men who didn't deserve it.
But it's the job. So I'm back. So I'm making this video in response, or I guess towards Dr. Umar, Killer Mike, then Derrick Jaxn. What made me I've been already thinking about making this video about Dr. Umar, but Killer Mike said something on the Breakfast Club that kind of went viral, and I left a comment and I got 100 people commenting on what I said. So Killer Mike basically said, well, like I put in the clip before the video, is that if you're not married to a black woman or not with the black woman, basically you're not pro-black. He can't listen to you or take you serious, and you a sellout and all of this type of stuff. And we know that Dr. Umar and Derrick Jaxn been saying this same type of stuff for years. That you have to date a black woman and you should be married to one. So my only problem is that why is it that y'all don't never bring up the problems with black women? Why is it that y'all don't never talk about the reasons why black men who don't date black women don't date them? Like why black men not marrying black women? Like why do y'all always gloss over all of the points and all of the things that black men is saying? Because it can't be as simple as, oh, you want everybody to sell out in the coon. So every single person who don't date, all of the thousands or millions of people black men who don't, they all sellouts. Like they all hate themselves. They all, like every single last one of them. Like, that don't even make sense. And what it is that, and like I said, y'all don't never bring up the problems or the issues that black men bring up. It always get overlooked and, oh, you just making that up and, oh, that's not true. Just like when Terrell Owens said that he didn't date black women because in high school they made fun of him and called him lame and a nerd. But y'all overlooked that, and Dr. Umar tried to say that that was an excuse. Like, how's that an excuse? How you gonna tell that man about his life and what he went through? And in the black community, we already know the stereotype. Well, we already know, it ain't even no stereotype. We know the truth of what goes on. Because just like I put in, what's funny in the clip also that I put with Dr. Umar, how he said that black women give their 20s to the bad boys, give their 30s to the pretty boy, then they want a nerd. So you basically admitting what we've been saying. So all of the good black men, the smart black men, you basically admitting to what we already said is that when they was younger, they was getting overlooked by black women. They was getting dissed by black women, for the bad boys, for the hood dudes, the Pookie and Ray Rays, all of the stuff that we call them. Y'all always overlook that. But Dr. Umar, you saying yourself that that's what they do. So you basically contradicting yourself, and then you expect for black men to, and this is the problem, y'all expect for black men just to accept this, like basically get denied, get treated like shit by black women. Then once we get established and get on our feet and doing better, then y'all expect us to still deal with the same women who dissed us and played us. And when we know that that don't even make sense, because that just a human thing, don't got nothing to do with race. If anybody didn't want me or talk down on me or, like didn't want me, why would I want them when I'm at my best when they didn't want me when I was at my worst? That don't make sense. And that's what they always fail to realize. They fail to bring up all of the negative statistics and all of the negative things that in the black community and with black women. Like they refuse to always bring this stuff up. And then just like I said on the post with Killer Mike is that you want black men to be with black women when, for one, just like I said, when they younger and they in their best years, they prefer the hood dudes, the drug dealers and criminals, and they getting pregnant by them. And then you want the good black men, the smart black men that's doing something with their life. You want us to still go back to them? Like it doesn't make any sense. Instead of going to somebody who likes them and who accept them for them, it's not like you need to check black women and figure out why is it that they prefer hood dudes, criminals, and thugs when they know that all they gonna do is get them pregnant and leave them to be a single mother. That's why most black women is single mother. Like it's just a never-ending cycle, and that black women don't understand or don't get. And you don't want to talk about that. So. And then also, if you a smart black man, we not putting up with black women mess. Like, why would we put up with the BS and all of that when we got other options or we trying to do something with our life? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like I said, bringing up the statistics also, besides just that, of what I just said, of them preferring them dudes and curbing the good dudes, the good black men. So what is the good black man supposed to do? Just not have women, just not have sex, or just wait for them to come around? No, I should have said this at the beginning of the video because I know that this always got to be said, and it's dumb that it always have to be said, is that there's no all in anything. We speak in majorities all of the time. Of course, every black woman is not bad. Of course, every black woman don't prefer hood dudes and criminals. Of course. There's no all in anything. So if you already talking about not all, and all of that, you need to go ahead with that because we using common sense over here. We know there's no all of anything. We talking in majorities. And then to say that it's not majority, that's not what black men are seeing, and that's not what the statistics is showing. When you pull up the statistics of black women leading in STDs, put up the top cities with STDs for 2023, I think it was, and it's all black cities. You pull up the statistics of the women who least married, the women who got the most kids out of wedlock. So it's like black women, y'all finding men and y'all having sex and having kids, but y'all not getting married or keeping a household or a two-parent household intact. When you bring up the statistics on black women being the so-called most educated, but still somehow the most addicted. So it's like y'all going to college and y'all supposed to be so smart, but y'all not even smart enough to pay y'all bills, or y'all not even smart enough to pick the right man. And that's what be killing me is that black women keep on saying that y'all the most educated and the most smartest people, but y'all can't even choose the right man. It doesn't make sense. Like, how do y'all keep getting played by these dudes, becoming single mothers, getting pumped and dumped, getting left by men if y'all so smart? It doesn't make sense. Like y'all can say that y'all book smart, but that's obviously not translating to the real world and relationship, which is more important than being book smart. Because for as a woman, your relationship, especially if you want to have kids like most women do, that's more important, making sure that you have a good household and a family than what your career is. That's what the man that you getting with is supposed to be concerned about and worried about. That's why, like, only in the Black community is the roles been flipped to where women think that it's okay that they the breadwinners and making all of the money, but then you turn around and then you don't got no man, but y'all still sleeping with men, y'all still because y'all still having kids, but y'all just not able to keep them or stand with them. Y'all just hopping from God to God. So that's my problem with Dr. Umar and Killer Mike and what they saying is that they don't bring up none of this. They don't bring up the statistics. They don't bring up the simple fact of also too is that when we talk about celebrities, because most of the time that's what it is, that men who have money, celebrities, athletes, that they date white women, because nobody cares when a black dude, when a broke dude dates a white woman. Nobody ever complains or say nothing about that. So it's really about the successful black men. And they don't understand, for one, like I said, for athletes being different, is that they don't understand is that most of these athletes go to universities that most black people can't get into. So they're surrounded by white people and white women. So that's naturally just who they attract to and who that they end up dating. So that's one instance that you could say that's because of racism or black people not having money or the opportunity or whatever like that. You could put it to that. But then in the other areas, why the athletes and why other men date other races of women is because this is what black women don't understand, is that it's not because of looks, because most black men are attracted to black women naturally. Most black men, like most, would admit that black women has the best bodies, and white women age worse than black women. I'll admit that. I don't want no 50-year-old white woman, and that's why me personally, I should have said this at the beginning of the video too, because it's gonna be looked at as I don't like black women, or I date white women, or I have problem with black women, when none of that is the truth. I only talked to one white woman in my entire life, and that's when I was 19 years old. All the rest of the women I dated been black or mixed like white and black. And that's a fact. God can strike me down if I'm lying, and I don't have no reason to lie. And also, I don't have problems with black women. It's not coming from a place of hurt, because like I was getting to before, is that I'm 6'1". Like I'm a brown skin, a little bit light skin, whatever. I always had a little bit of money and been a hustler. So just them three things alone, gonna get you black women. So it's not like I was just some 5'5", 250-pound broke dude, that don't get women. Like that's not the case. Like it's never been a problem for me to get a black girl to sleep with a black woman. That's never been a problem. Like I said, I only been with one white woman, so I done been with mostly black women, and that's why I can speak, and that's why I am able to speak to this, because I know how y'all listen. The reason why I haven't married one, and then I don't even have no kids, so I'm not even in the stereotype of what y'all saying, getting black women pregnant and leaving them, or having a bunch of kids and doing all this stuff like Dr. Umar did. And that's what I'm getting to my question about Dr. Umar, is that how can you say you have to marry a black woman and be with a black woman when you not even with a black woman? You not even married to one, and you got 2 baby mamas. So you're not even practicing what you preach. And then, like I said, but we know why, because like in the beginning of the video, like I said, the problems with black women. And that's why I just broke up how I heard the black woman just rushed them on stage yesterday or today or something like that. At one of his seminars, he was talking, and they tried to attack him on stage. So all the problems with black women. That's why you haven't married one, and you close to 50 years old. It's because that most of them is not marriage material. If it was, and you love black women so much, you would be married to one. And then over to Derrick Jaxn, you was married to a black woman, but then was cheating on her the whole time and treating her like shit. So how's you gonna come for men and men this and men that, and you a hoe and you a hypocrite? And this is the problem. This is another thing black women don't get, is that all of these dudes say all of this stuff just to sleep with you and to get money out you. That's all Dr. Umar and Derrick Jaxn is doing, and then did, is sell you a dream. Oh, you queen, Dr. Umar, you a queen, you this, you that. But then he have been married not one of y'all. Derrick Jaxn married one of y'all, but he cheated on you and did the same thing the Hoods and the Pookie and the Ray Rays that y'all always messing with do. And that's the difference, is that there's two type of black men. There's the black men who gon' say one thing and do another, a la Derrick Jaxn, Dr. Umar, who say black women is this and black women is that and black women is the greatest women on the planet. But they actions don't show that, because like I said, you're not married to a black woman if you Dr. Umar, or you is with a black woman and then you cheating on her all the time like Derrick Jaxn. So it's not adding up. Then it's the second man like myself, who I'm not the one who cheating on black women, making y'all single mothers. I'm not the one doing that. But I tell the truth of why and the problems, and then y'all want to get mad at me and shoot the messenger. And that's the problem. So it's like black women, y'all just want somebody to make y'all feel good and wish and tell y'all lies, but make y'all look dumb in the end, instead of somebody who, like, y'all prefer somebody words over their actions, brother. Because like I said, y'all love Dr. Umar, Derrick Jaxn, that made them rich, and they literally don't practice what they preach. I actually practice what I preach. I'm not sitting up here saying all of this stuff about black women and all of this type of stuff, and I'm not even the one I haven't been married to no black woman that cheated on her. You know, like I don't have two black single baby mamas. So who right, me or them? And then as far as Killer Mike go, because as far as Killer Mike, like, I know he's still married to his black woman, all that's good. But what Killer Mike don't understand is that, for one, I think Killer Mike is like 48, almost 50. So I don't know how long he been with his wife. I'm guessing it's probably been a minute, but you can't compare the older black women from the old days to these new chicks these sexy reds that's running around now, and these Cardi B's and all of this. You can't compare your wife to one of these women. Like, you know, like, you're not living with the times, so you're not understanding what's going on because you're not out here in the field. And then Killer Mike seem like he is educated and he is a smart dude and all of that stuff. So you should know these statistics that I'm speaking of. You a rapper. You should know all of these female rappers. If you a male rapper, you ain't heard no female rappers, Killer Mike. You ain't heard Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion and City Girls, who all of them is black women. And look at how they talk. And they got 1 million black women behind them. That's why they famous. Because who do you think go to their concerts? Because this is what I kept on saying under the Killer Mike video, is that go to YouTube, turn on the Sexy Red concert and tell me what you see. And I guarantee all you see is mostly black women all in the crowd. Look at that. Look just like Sexy Red. Weave, everything. Ghetto, tatted up, just like her. So that should go to, like, my point should have been proven by now. Like I said, I'm just tired of all of the dumb stuff. And this is why I feel like the black community not going to go nowhere. It just, because can't nobody speak on the issues in the black community. Can't nobody speak on them, or they a sellout, or they a Uncle Tom. So nothing will ever change. So it's like the people who want to speak out and trying to start a change, they can't speak out because they get cascaded and you know, and outcast. And then the ones who try to act like it's not there, like I said, they false prophets and sitting up here and doing the opposite of what they saying. So nothing to ever be done. And it's like all you could do in the black community is blame white people. The white man, it's the white man. The white man, like, racism is the reason why we killing each other and the murder rate so high. White people is why all of these is the reason why black people getting their cars broken into, house broken into in the hood. It's white people. White people is the reason why black women keep on having babies by criminals and drug dealers and opening up their legs to them and loving them. Yeah, all of that is because of white people. Like, come on now. Like I said, all of this stuff comes down to um black women being their choices. Like I said, I'm not a black woman, so I don't know why y'all are the way that y'all are. And then a lot of black women want to act like black men and try to be like men. Like, it's just crazy. Like, the only race of women who talk like men do, a black woman, dude, what's up? Like, walking with like trying to carry a gun, just being like, just trying to be a dude, just straight masculine energy. Like, that's all it is that straight masculine. So if you a masculine, like, masculine don't go with masculine and go with feminine. So it can't even work for and that's why most men can't be with black women, because it's like being with another man, but with a pussy. That's literally what being with a lot of black women is like. It's like dating a man with a pussy. Like, nobody wants that. And then if you want peace of mind, who wants to go through all of that? So yeah, I mean, that's just my questions. I know they probably ain't gonna see this video, or if they do, they just gonna overlook it. I would too. But like I said, I ain't the first person that said it. Dr. Umar, you need to explain why you were almost 50 and you haven't married no black woman if they so great, and why you have two black single baby mamas. Derrick Jaxn, I stopped following, like, I never really followed you. My mom was a Derrick Jaxn fan. It broke her heart. And I tried to tell her you was a fraud. But I mean, yeah, I wanted you to maybe you did, but I haven't seen it. You explain why you keep saying that men is the problem and women are so great, but you was cheating on your wife the entire time and then got a divorce from her. And then Killer Mike, like I said, you you obviously lying or being naive or leaving the whole story out or not telling the whole story. If you sit up here and say you don't see all of these sexy red females and all of these ghetto chicks and masculine chicks that we be masculine black women that we be talking about, you gonna really act like that on this is. And then what y'all want us to do, see, and I'm gonna end it with this because I already know the rebuttal to this is that, well, you need to find the good ones and you need to get out more, and it's not all, and most black women not like that. Don't nobody about to be searching for a needle in a haystack. Well, ain't nobody finna be going through black woman after black woman just hoping to get a good one, when most of them is not like that. And then, like I said, and it is the majority, y'all will say, no, it's not the majority, it's the small few. If it was a small few, it wouldn't be, like I said, Sexy Red wouldn't have millions of followers. These female rappers wouldn't have millions of followers if it wasn't a majority and a lot of people. They wouldn't be famous. In order to be famous, you have to have a big following of people. So if Sexy Red has a big following of people, that means what? That majority, and then, like I said, it's not white women, it's black women. Like I said, pull up a Sexy Red concert and tell me what you see. So they identify with her, listen to her ratchet music and all of that BS. You don't see them, but you don't see them putting up no black woman. And this is what's funny is that black women, because I pay attention, they down Oprah, they down Gayle King, they down Alicia Keys. Even I've seen, like, they down the black women who actually are good black women who not ratchet and doing all of that dumb shit, but then they'll turn around and big up a Cardi B, Nicki, Sexy Red, all of these women on Love and Hip Hop. So that them they idols, even Beyonce. Like, like, they look at the women that they idolize and praise the most. It's always the either the ratchet or the over sexualized female. It's never the good or upstanding females. They look at them and talk like how they talk about Oprah and all of the other good black women. They talk about them just like they talk about the nerd black dudes. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm just tired of them saying that. And then, like I tell black men, do what you want to do. And I don't say date white women, because white women do have their own problems. I say get you an African woman. That's what I say. Get you an African woman or get you a Jamaican woman. Like basically just don't date African American women. That's why that way they can't say shit. So it can nip all of this in the bud. Get you an African or a Jamaican or a woman from another culture. That's what we need to start doing. So African American women can't say that, oh, you a sellout and you hate yourself. Because you can't say that if I'm dating an African or a Jamaican woman or whatever, because they also black. So y'all can see it's just y'all that we don't want to date. Y'all is the problem. And it don't have nothing to do with skin color. It got to do with y'all mentality and the culture of black women. That's why we don't fuck with y'all.